What are you cracking? What is that?
Diet Dr. Pepper and cream soda.
Diet Dr. Pepper. No, bro. It's
I
that you
like,
gotta
okay.
get you gotta get
No, no,
Diet
no,
root
no, no.
beer. Diet root beer.
I was gonna say Dr. A and Dub or Diet A and Dub was my go-to, but you cut me off before I got to say it.
Well, I gotta cut you off before you cut me off. You cut me off every time.
I'm gonna cut your fucking balls off. Keep talking like that.
I don't have balls right now.
Like blow like two Skittles in a deflated balloon. What? We didn't even do an introduction because we were fucking on here dicking around for 20 minutes, and I'm like, why are we not recording? Because this is insanity.
Let's stick around some more.
Dicky Dick. So today is Tuesday. By the time this post will be Wednesday, or Thursday, as per usual, and it'll be 3.5 weeks out. So what the fuck, dude?
I feel great.
You fucking look. I don't know if you posted it, so I know you sent.
No,
it
I posted the photos I sent you. I didn't post those, but I posted the backlash spread just because it's improving a lot. So I kind of just wanted to post it, but okay. I didn't post any other photo.
Well, I'll have a photo. If you want me to show it, I will. If not, I won't. You sent me a side or a quarter turn, and I opened it up and was like, what the fuck is that?
I'd say right now, my conditioning right now is probably like a week and a half out from what it was at the Olympia.
Dude, I saw that picture. That honestly might have been one of the most wildest quarter turn shots I've ever seen. Do you want me to show it or no?
You can show it, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I can't. Joe's like, pull it up. Fucking can't pull it up. So it's on. He texted it to me. Yeah, this is just fucking just nutty. That's just insane. Like, can you see that?
Yeah.
That just looks insane. Like the depth of your like glutes and your hams and like the quad sweep and your stomach is like, I mean, dude, I don't know if you just learned better control or your stomach just shrunk, but I mean, that's as flat as flat can get, bro, right there.
Here's the thing. Shit. Here's the thing, right? When it comes to the whole stomach situation, I think it just happened over time. You know, you find the right foods that digest well, you learn not to overeat. Because I don't practice vacuums, I don't wear a weight, I don't do none of, I just train abs and then focus on certain things that I know work. I take a lot of digestion shit. Like I said, I focus on foods that I can eat abundance amount of and it doesn't like bloat me. And I think, but I also think being in prep in a longer span of time versus an off season, your waist has no choice but to go down to some degree.
Yeah, agreed. Can you, I think because you said, I mean, we actually talked about this the other day, and I think you started listing it. Everything, you're like, I take a lot of shit for my digestion.
And, yeah, I take, you want me to list what I take?
Well, I think a lot of people look at you and they're like, Nick's fucking huge, right? I mean, you're not nicknamed the Mutant because you're fucking, you're small by no means. And you just said you eat an abundance of food. And I think a lot of people's problem is they have digestion and gut health issues when they try to force feed. So yeah, what are some of the things you take? Because I think a lot of people utilize.
I listen to you. I don't want to say the names wrong, but so I take daily greens.
Okay.
I take Revive's Digest Aid.
Okay.
I take their Betaine HCl.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
And what is it? Zinc cortisone. Mm-hmm. That's and I don't. That's I take all that. That's kind of. Oh, I take glutamine. I take the GI. They have a GI product that I take every morning.
Do you and I also just about the glutamine because I know you're going. Do you use glutamine intra-workout? Because I know there's like a big thing about people.
No, honestly, bro, I just use it in the morning. 10 grams in the morning, and I'm good.
Okay. See, I do a post-workout 10 grams, but I just wonder if some people drink it during, and I never understood it. But
I think I do it in the morning because I know it helps aid in digestion and recovery. Right? So I kind of, for me, my thought process, I want to get that process started early,
Yeah.
right as the day starts. And then I take collagen. I think collagen. I don't know if that's really for digestion. I don't think so, but I think it's a very good product to take.
Okay.
And that's really it. But I do it and I take HD glyco.
Okay.
Which is kind of
is that like a GDA?
Yeah.
Okay.
I take that with 3 meals. Usually my first meal, my pre-meal, and then like meal 4 or 5.
Are you take it with your predominantly bigger meals?
Yeah, like usually I don't find the need to do it post-workout because you just fucking destroyed yourself.
Yeah.
So your level should be already down as is. What are you make it go further for?
Exactly.
So I do like to take it with my first meal, my pre, and then probably with like meal 4, meal 5, depending on what. Usually it's meal 4, but if it's a high day, I like to do 1 pre, and then usually like 5.
Okay. Yeah, I take a product called Glycolog by Blackstone Labs. I take that three pills of that 3 times a day. The only meal I don't have is my post workout. I only eat 4 times a day now. I don't need all the food. I'm not as big as I am, so there's no point to slam all the calories if I don't need them. So, but yeah, I think that's very important. I don't take, I take digestive stuff, but I take just activated black charcoal. I take Now Foods makes a digest super enzyme that's fucking awesome that I use. And as far as other things for digestion, I have acidophilus in my refrigerator. I use that as I need. And then before I go to sleep, I do Juiced Up, which is a greens formula. It's like a phyto formula with fruit as well. I do Fiberlize, like we talked about the last time, the species fiber product. And then I do the Trojan Horse because I had added digestive aids in it. So I take that before I go to bed. So yeah, I think it's important to people understand that the taking things for gut health and digestion is a very big play in when you're especially trying to gain weight. Because if your body's not metabolizing and digesting all that food properly, then you're not going to be able to eat the amount of food that it takes to actually put on muscle. Right?
Do you actually like to take the greens at nights over morning?
I take them in the morning. I take them in the morning. I take them at night because then in the morning, as soon as I wake up, like as soon as my feet hit the floor and gravity does its thing, like I gotta poop, and it's like I'm clear for the day. Like my stomach is empty by that point. Sometimes it's like round 1. And then like I take the dogs out and like go up and down the stairs a couple times, and like things shake around, and then it's round 2. But it's like
get the body moving.
Yeah, dude. Do a little hokey pokey and then just sit on the toilet. But yeah, dude, it's to the point now where like if I travel, I won't leave without those 3 things. If I have to take any supplements with me, it's those three supplements every time.
See, I don't take fiber because actually fiber fucked me up. So,
well, if you don't need it, then.
Well, that's the thing. I think because I eat a good amount of greens and shit throughout the day, that I think it was overkill.
Yeah. Well, and this is funny because there was Jilly was talking about this because Martin was drinking his shakes. I know Hunter drank his shakes. Now, I was never fucking 300 pounds. There's no way that I would ever be able to fucking drink my protein shake in any way, shape, or form.
I can't do it.
And I don't know if you've ever done it, but no. I can tell you this. I watch them do it and I legit like fucking gag because it's absolutely disgusting.
I almost feel like, look, if it works for you, great. I don't care. Do what you think is best.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like all that consumption of fucking liquid is what could cause a digestion problem.
Yeah.
So for me, like I feel like over time, right, that could lead to it. Not saying that, that's going to happen to Martin or whatever, but you got to think if you're drinking your meals, that's a lot of liquid. Plus, you're drinking your water on top of it. Like that's a lot of liquid.
Bro,
your body can't handle all that liquid.
Dude, he put fucking orange, like.
I know.
I don't, dude.
Me and Martin are on great terms now, so I don't want to say too much, but that's gross.
No, it's fucking disgusting. I couldn't listen. God bless him, but
like I watched them do it, and I'm like, bro. bro.
Dude, and he was like 30 grams of protein or 50 grams of protein in 15 seconds. I'm like, Martin, I'm a fucking.
I'd rather eat for 15 minutes.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, I get he's like, I mean,
make the food taste good or something. What the fuck?
Is there a difference? I mean, why not just do a shake at that point?
I was just literally. I'd rather drink, you know, a protein shake.
Right? I mean, wouldn't you rather just have what do you argue? If you're just doing it for protein, right? Then why not just have fucking the protein? I mean, wouldn't chicken breast meals got to be more expensive than 2 scoops of protein?
Well, that was the thing, right? So they blend the chicken, right? He eats it, but does he eat the carbs?
Per his video, no, because he said it was like X amount of grams of protein.
He blended the carbs.
Did he blend it? No, he did. Go to the video. Hold on.
Because I was gonna say you could.
Hold on. Ready? Share screen. Ready? Share screen. Desktop 1. Carmine, we're doing this right. You are.
I see the screen, bro. You're killing it.
Shut up.
You're on a fucking roll, bro.
All right. What do I do? What do you want to do? I want to go to Google. Do I got to get out of here? This is great. This is fucking. Click this. Okay, here we go. Move fucking you. Who are we looking for?
Martin.
No, that's on Instagram.
This is Instagram.
Or do you want to go on Nick Trigilli?
This is Instagram. So I'm right.
That's where you want to go?
Yeah.
All right.
No, because it was on Martin's page.
Oh, okay. Scroll down.
Right here. Right there.
There it is. There it is. Let's see.
How can we don't need to hear him? How come I can't hear his? Oh, here we go. Did I have to eat? This makes it first. I like the rinse.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. I just. Yeah, I think he eats the carbs, bro.
No, there's no carbs in there.
That's what I'm saying. So I think he eats them, but drinks the chicken.
Why not just have a shake?
Well, no, I was gonna say, why not just get your cream of rice and mix the protein powder in, so it's not like you're drinking, but it's less consumption.
Yeah. Agreed.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, but it's gross.
Wild. I mean, dude, I've never. Flex was talking to me one day on the phone and was telling me that he was doing that. And
Joe Mackey's doing it with ground beef.
Joe Mackey.
Yeah, a lot of people were doing it now. I don't know, man. I can't hop on that train.
With ground beef?
That's gross. Is he at least putting some type of like soy sauce on it or something to, you know, make it taste good? Not that makes it better, but
no, dude, I can't. I mean, is it healthy though? If you need to do that,
think it is. I don't think it is.
My point is this: if your body doesn't want it and you physically can't eat it and you have to drink it in order to consume it, there's got to be some sort of stress going on in your gut because of the amount of food. Like, I mean, I remember when I got up to in the 240s, I would literally go to bed full as fuck and wake up 8 hours later still full. And like, so I forcing the food on top of that, I wouldn't be able to do. And I was never huge, but I also never had a stomach and I never had fucking gut health problems. And I think it's
how much protein would you eat, guy?
Per meal?
Yes.
Usually 8 ounces.
Really?
Yeah, 8 ounces. And I think, but this is what I'm going to say. I think as I got older, I realized that, and Jay Cutler said this to me years ago. He said nobody ever got big off of protein.
I think, okay, so if you want my honest opinion, I think protein is 100% needed, but I also think it's to a degree overrated.
Jay swore on carbs.
Yes, like you don't need 10 ounces. You don't need to, like, personally, I think you could get big off 6 to 7 ounces.
Agreed.
If you're eating a lot of carbs, you got the fats in, because your body, like, protein is next to fat as far as breaking down slow as fuck, right? So why are you gonna have, like, say 10 ounces of protein and then you have 2 cups of rice?
Can you hear me? Talk.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? What happened? Can you hear me?
Oh, wait, hold on.
It's not us. It's not us.
It'll come back. Hold on.
It's definitely not me. This is great. Uh-oh, what happened?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I've been hearing you.
Yeah, okay.
What
I
happened?
can hear you. You're really low, though.
Well, you're really loud.
Yeah, you're low.
Turn your fucking volume up on your phone, you idiot.
I did, bro.
How about now? How about now?
You're still pretty low.
I can hear you. Hold on. How about now? No, this is me. I think this is me. I can hear myself just perfect.
I hear you. You're just low.
I can stop and start it if I have to. I mean, we could edit it.
No, this is cool.
Sure, we're just gonna roll like this.
It adds entertainment. Can you hear me fine?
You're loud as fucking screaming.
Oh,
This is why I don't like cutting stuff. This stuff is ridiculous.
oh.
Oh. Are you good?
I can't hear you. You're just low. That's all.
Okay, but you gotta understand something. I don't care if I'm low, but you're screaming like a motherfucker. It's like you're in the gym with the headphones. Somebody's like, "Hey, Nick, what?" So, are you good?
I'm good.
I need to know if you can handle this.
I can handle it.
All right, hold on. Maybe it's okay. Keep. All right, we good now? So back to the food. I don't think it's healthy, and I think people that force feed causes them to have that extended stomach. Like a lot of people point at the insulin and the growth, and I honestly attribute it to eating a lot of shit food. And I think force feeding that as well is attributed to that as well.
I agree.
I mean, let me ask you a question. Was it the amount or the size of the meals that changed? What your stomach changed so much from last year to this year? What was there a different in portion sizes? Was it the food choices? Was it not eating so loosely in the off season? Or was it just overall stomach control? Like, did you do vacuums or anything like that? Like, I never did vacuums. Vacuums were never needed when I competed. Somebody that had, that could do crazy vacuums that was huge was Jose Raymond. He's 5'0" but he could hit a vacuum and he looked insane on stage. Not a lot of guys in the 212s really hit vacuums back then. Jose was like a fucking unicorn. And but do you practice any things like that, like for stomach control, or was it something that you just changed overall that made your stomach just like completely?
No, I don't ever practice vacuums. I just think, well, people don't understand it. So when after I turned pro,
Mhm.
I asked Matt, I said, hey, to help stomach control, what do you think about lowering my protein and seeing how it goes and if it makes a dramatic difference in my physique or not? So he goes, okay, let's try. So we went from 250 grams a meal to 200. And I just think that over time, my waist was able to get tighter. Of course, like I said, I think being in prep more than an off season, it also allows it to keep staying tighter. And I never was a big eater, no. As far as eating out, I would, but I don't think that would be the issue why my stomach was so big. But I never practiced vacuums. I just found the right foods that worked for me, which is I lowered the protein, but it was chicken, steak, cream of rice, or rice.
Yeah.
And as far as fats go, I think almond butter really digests the best for me.
Now, do you have almond butter with every meal?
Huh?
Do you add almond butter with every meal to help with
Not every meal, not now. No.
Okay. Because
No,
you're one of your major meals in the off season, and correct me if I'm wrong, is chicken, rice, banana, and almond butter.
Yes.
And now you eat that how many times a day in the off season?
The chicken, rice, and banana.
Yeah.
That's my pre-workout meal.
Okay. And you just have that once a day in the off season.
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes Matt will give me that meal again for like meal 5 or something, just not as big. But it's usually just pre-workout.
What does that break down to? Like what when you do it, is it like 6 ounces of chicken, 2 cups of rice? Like what?
Well, see,
how do you? Well, I'm not right now, just in general.
Right now, he upped the protein a little bit just because I'm a little bigger, so he thinks I need a little bit more. So we do 224 grams of chicken. Are you referring to an off season right now, right?
Yeah.
We do about 224 grams of chicken. We'll say 350 grams of rice, 100 grams of banana, and like 20 grams of almond butter.
100 grams. So 100 grams of rice is about what?
No, 350 grams of rice.
350 grams of rice.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's got to be what? Is that's got to be almost 3 cups.
Yeah, I think it's like 100 grams of carbs. It's a little over 100 grams of carbs, I think.
Yeah, that's wild.
But that would digest literally within like a half hour.
Now, okay, what's your preference of rice? Is it jasmine, basmati?
I usually do jasmine. I like sushi, but I mainly do jasmine.
Okay. So you're talking about like the sushi rice?
Yeah, I like that a lot. But mainly I just do jasmine. I go to Costco now and we just get this big ass 30-pound bag of jasmine rice.
What about I actually didn't know that he did it, and then when I started doing it, I reached out to him. I was like, bro, I didn't know you did this.
Hello, sunshine.
Did you ever use the did my dog just vomit everywhere? Huh? No.
Uh-oh.
No, who?
Not a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
It's mostly I got it.
Oh my god. Okay. Can you let her out then? What the fuck? That's
Also,
weird.
was fucked up.
Yeah, we lost sound and I'm like, oh, I think it went to the car.
Yeah, because I put the Corvette in the garage.
Oh,
Yeah, so-
that's what happened.
That was what happened for that quick 30 seconds.
I was just something, but I'm
You should have. That would have been funny. Yeah, I hear you.
Hey guys, special
Hi.
guest. Special guest.
I
Oh,
would have been like, what the fuck?
so that's why you were like, oh, I know what happened.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, just give it a second. Just gonna turn the car off.
It'll click back. That's crazy, dude. So
Me.
how are you feeling?
I feel good right now. I had a good workout today. I had a good workout yesterday, and mentally, I do feel really well. So that's my main thing at this point is mentally I have to be good because if I'm not, nothing's gonna follow suit. So
Mentally, you actually sound very good right now.
yeah, I mean for 3 weeks out, 3.5 weeks out, like I don't feel shitty. Like that shitty, tired feeling you normally would feel at this. I don't really have that. My muscles are just really sore because I'm doing a little more frequency, so I have to learn the volume part of everything.
Yeah.
But as far as like being fatigued, tired, shit, it's really not that bad. I'm okay.
Does
Around
Matt?
this time for the Olympia, I was fucking beat, bro.
Yeah. Does
But I also think because obviously I was already in a lean state going into this little prep, like cardio is not drastic, and I think that was the main thing. And I also think we're the same. I think when we do something, we push the fucking limit when we probably know we don't have to, right?
Of course.
So I think when I do cardio, I push it to the ultimate limit when I probably don't have to, and it probably ruins some training session, right?
Yep.
Now, doing only, a half hour, I do like legit list cardio. I get a good sweat. I don't go overboard with it. And then my training sessions, they're just way better now.
So one of the best looks I ever had was a show that I did zero cardio. And I would tell people, like, I mean, obviously, I don't know how your rest periods, we haven't trained together that often. But I don't have super long rest periods. And I try to train as heavy as I can and as intense as I can. So I've always felt that I burned so many fucking calories in the gym training the way I did, that the amount of cardio and the intensity of the cardio, which I had to do, really wasn't that bad. Because like you, if I did too intense cardio, I would start to fucking like get very stringy. So I couldn't really do that. So I always attributed not having to do a lot of cardio to the simple fact that I just trained my fucking balls off.
I do keep rest periods pretty short, but on leg days, they're a little probably longer than normal, especially if I have a partner, because recently I have been training really heavy again because I miss it. So I like to take a little bit of longer rest period and really push the intensity rather than the volume now. And I think my body's been responding really well to it. My weight isn't really dropping, but I'm just getting
not dropping. So where is it at?
262.
And at the O, you were
255.
Oh, damn! So you're like at striking distance.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I think my conditioning is
incredible.
Probably better. Huh?
I said fucking for 3.5 weeks out. Incredible.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not something like cardio doesn't need to be drastic. I rather go super, super hard and intense with training than kill myself on cardio right now.
Do you find it harder to get in shape and stay in shape, like leaner longer? Or would you rather get in shape closer to the show and not have to stay as lean for as long?
I'd rather get ready early.
Okay, me too. But sometimes...
because I think if you say you wait to the last minute to get in shape, you may come on stage, looking a little flat, looking a little stringy, beat down, right? Say you're ready 2 weeks out, you can pull back now. You can pull back on cardio, you can feed a little bit, and then your body looks fresher. You look fuller, everything pops.
Yep.
So ideally, I think, in my opinion, being ready early is the best way to go about it.
Yeah, my buddy, my training partner, that's what I told him. He competed last year. He's getting ready for the Arnold Amateur. And I think he weighed in at like 199 last year, and he was like 206 this morning, like in the like high 206. And I was like, when you're 3.5 weeks out. I'm like, you were 199, so you're talking like if you didn't gain any weight or any muscle, you're 7 pounds out. If you gain 2 pounds, now you're talking you're 4 or 5 pounds. Like so you got to be careful. So I like to get ready early, because then you can throw in refeed days or high carb days, or pull back the cardio like you said, and give the legs a fucking break to come back to life and not be so fucking beat up, because a lot of times people's legs at the last are the last thing to come in because they're getting fucking hammered with double cardio sessions.
And I also think too much cardio could take away, if you go too hard necessarily, could take away from like the leanness of the body. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because it starts to pull from everywhere, and you almost get this like stringy, flat look to your muscles. So yeah, I agree. So I think people have to know when to utilize cardio for a hit or low intensity state, like you were talking about, because if you do the wrong cardio at the wrong time, it can be very detrimental. Very.
And I
detrimental.
also think if a person trains with frequency, like, legs twice a week or back twice, you got to be very careful of the cardio now as well, because you're hitting body parts more frequent, which is going to just create more intensity, more frequency over time. You're going to burn fat more.
Yeah.
You don't need to do hours of cardio, or not even an hour. Say I'm doing a half-hour list, but you're doing a half-hour of balls to the wall, killing yourself with cardio. You don't need to do that.
Yeah. So do you?
That's why right now, like, I don't even touch the stairs, because I just don't think it's necessary for me right now. I literally just walk on a treadmill.
And obviously, does Matt dictate what kind of cardio you do and the intensity, and does he dictate anything with the workouts? And I asked that because when I was coming up, right, I had Chris Aceto, who was my nutritionist, and then I had Charles Glass, John Meadows, who were my trainers. So I would kind of, sometimes Chris was in direct contact with Charles on the phone about what I was doing. Sometimes I would just tell Chris, hey, this is what I'm doing. And Chris would say, okay, that's fine. But, today you got to be at 70%. You can't he's like, if you go 100 today, you're going to flatten out like bad.
Yeah. I mean, me and Matt are very open, very communicative. So, he knows what I'm doing. He prefers the bike. He's a bike guy. And I love the bike, but to a degree, I feel like
the recumbent bike, the recumbent one. Okay.
And as much as I hate treadmill, I feel like if it's done properly, you can get a lot out of a treadmill.
Agreed.
So, and you're not sitting, you're working the whole lower leg, right? So I just feel like that over time will help you more than a bike sometimes.
Yeah, I actually I enjoy the stairs, right? But being that I'm retired, doing the stairs for me, I fucking will lose too much weight like that.
I was gonna say you probably can't do it now with your leg, right?
Well, and I can't do I could do the treadmill, but I can't walk super fast because the swelling's starting to come down. So now that the swelling's coming off that nerve, I'm starting to get fucking waves of like pain. Like I was making my bed the other day and I stepped to like put a cover, like a sheet down. And I stepped down and I stepped down weird. And I felt like a shooting pain, like from my hip all the way to my fucking knee. And I was like, oh, God, get it. Fucking just
horrible. Are you need surgery, bro?
No, because
I need surgery.
No, because I tore it in the belly of the muscle. It's not it wasn't torn. I didn't tear it.
So it's just gonna heal.
Yeah. Yep. That's all I can do.
But it's just got a long time to heal.
Yeah. The doctor said that it's about 6 weeks.
That's okay.
So I don't even know when I did. I'd have to go back in my phone and like look.
That's not horrible.
No, but I think I'm about 4.
I'd say it's been about 2 to 3 by now.
I can tell you, I was thinking about that today because somebody said, when am I going to be back? And I'm like, I honestly don't know because I don't really remember the day that I actually fucking
I feel like it's been about 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, the weird part was that when I tore it, it just so happened to be a fucking set. My buddy was filming, and thank God my other buddy was there because I'm like, Joe. I was like, Joe, grab the fucking thing. What? On the 18th of what? January? Yeah. That's fucking weird. Really? January 18th. Okay, so that's weird because this is, and I wasn't even going to really bring this up. So did you know Leo, hear about the Leo and longevity thing, like the whole thing in Thailand with like, him dying and passing away and people.
Yeah.
So it came out, I think today, Joe, you said that it came out that it was a homicide right now.
Initial thoughts.
They're saying,
confirmed.
Huh?
Nothing's confirmed.
Nothing's confirmed, but he's saying, I guess apparently there's some initial thoughts that it was a homicide. But weird part was I remember years ago, Leo had reached out to me. So I was like, let me go back to my DMs and see if I have any conversations with him. And I went into my DMs and I have on January 18th, he probably sent me about 8 fucking voice notes. And I never fucking listened to one of them. And I was like, wow. And I still haven't listened to him yet. So it was like, holy shit. And you know, I didn't know really Leo like that. We had some like conversations back and forth, like bodybuilding shit. But you know, I don't know the background based on, you know, obviously what Trigilli posts. I mean, the kid has a fucking way of pulling fucking everything out of a hat that you don't even think it's possible to find. Like he gets like he finds
He
out
knows.
things. He does, man. I mean, there's fucking FBI, and then there's old fucking Nikki T.
Then there's Nick
Right,
Trigilli right
right, Nikki T.
there.
But yeah, I watched it, and it was kind of weird, man. Like, listen to Tony Hughes, like, go back and forth, and yeah, and listen, I don't know Tony. I got nothing bad to say about Tony, but listen to him talk out of both sides of his mouth is just like weird, man. Because he said one thing on one day, another thing on another day, wasn't there, was there. It was just like, you know, he was in the room, he heard noises, like it's very fucking, very odd, man, very odd. And then
It's an odd situation.
yeah, and
I don't think anyone still knows what happened really yet, right?
no, I think they're still investigating it. I know from the last thing that I heard, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, that they confirmed that there was somebody else's blood or clothing
What?
in the bathroom, correct?
In the bedroom.
In the bedroom.
They found out he was killed in the bedroom,
They found that he was killed in the bedroom, not in the bathroom,
supposedly.
supposedly. You say it like it's fact, and then end with supposedly. He was like, no, he was killed in the bedroom.
Nothing's been confirmed.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Not confirmed, but definitely did. What are you doing?
I'm not gonna be the one.
Not gonna be one throwing everybody under the bus. I'll give you his IG so you go fucking troll his ass. So
I mean, it's sad, man. It really is sad.
it's sad that
He has a family too.
he's got kids, and I think his wife is in Colorado. I believe that's where that's where he's
I'm not
from,
sure
or something. It's just, I mean, listen, I don't know him. I've heard.
I believe he has just a baby girl, right?
He either has one or two kids. I thought two, but maybe definitely one. It's just, you know, I've heard mixed things about him, good and bad. Obviously, I never had a bad thing to say about Leo. I never had a problem with him. He never spoke bad.
He was
about
always
me.
very nice to me.
Me too, and it's just, you know, rest in
So,
peace. But that's just,
I can't say anything bad about him. Any encounter I had with him, he was very nice.
Yeah, and the thing that just eats away at me, man. Like, no matter what, at the end of the day, the guy's a human and he's got kids. And I mean, to die in a hotel in another country, away from your fucking family, your friends, your loved ones, like nobody there is a fucking, like, listen, death. I never thought about death until I got older. And I think we spoke about, like, you know, when I was in my 20s, and you know, when you hear like the older guys go, hey, be careful, you know, you take all that stuff, it's gonna kill you, and you're like, I'm fucking jacked, I don't give a fuck, right? Because when
now
you're 20,
it's like
when you're 20, you think about 65, and you're like, I don't even give a fuck if I'm dead by 65. Fast forward 20 years, be 40 years old, you're like, I want to fuck.
you now give a fuck.
I want to be fucking 105. Fuck
Yeah.
75. And the death is more at the forefront of my brain as the older that I get. And I've always said, listen, if I could have it my way, I'll fucking go to sleep and I won't wake up. And that's just how, if I'm ever gonna go pray to fucking the Lord, I just shut my eyes and I just take one last breath, and that's it. But to think about how it went down, whether it was he died on his own accord or he was murdered, either one is just, when nobody around, it's just a very sad thing to think about, regardless of who the person is. And,
very sad.
You know, and I think it's another reminder about how precious life is. I mean, that happened, and then what was the lady, Tanya? She passed away today.
Who?
Hold on.
Did I miss it?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna find it. It was on, I think MD or somebody posted about it. I could pull it up, but yeah, here it is. Oh, Tonya. Oh, yeah, Tanya Knight. She competed in Olympia a bunch and back in the I think it was the 90s or the 80s.
Okay, I
Oh,
see
yeah,
this. I did see.
88. She passed away, and then I don't know if you know, or she passed away today and a couple days ago. Do you remember Lee Banks?
Yes.
So Lee Banks actually was around the time when I was competing. He actually was in open, and then I think he lost a lot of weight, I believe. Let me pull up Lee real quick. Here we are. Nick, can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right, good. So I'm gonna find Lee. Because Lee was a great guy. Lee Banks. Is it Coach Lee? I think it was this. Yeah, this is him. So yeah, so that's, I wish I had a picture. Okay, so this is him bodybuilding. So this is him right here. Yeah, there's a look at this, Sean Roden. You got Tony for
Yeah. Yeah.
hit a Todd in the
E-Day.
open. Yeah, so that you know how long this goes back. I mean, he had a phenomenal physique, and actually believe that he passed away due to cancer complications.
Really?
Yeah, that's absolutely horrible. You
Yeah.
know,
That's,
like the things like this hit really close to home when this is people that you came up with.
of course.
It's really fucking rough to watch, man. I hope, Nick, that you make it through the sport of bodybuilding without having to go through some of the things that I've gone through, as far as like sitting in a room like this and looking around at all the pictures and realizing that fucking 50% of the people on my wall aren't even here anymore.
Sad, bro.
It is, but on a lighter note, I think what I want to do, which we haven't done, and I've been getting, I don't know, I'm sure you've been getting asked about it too. Everybody's like, you guys don't ask questions. Well, like, okay, because me and you have a lot to talk about. So I posted something today. Oh wait, actually, yes, I did. I posted something on my story.
You got a question?
To ask us quite fast, or kind of like what, not more questions, kind of like what they want to know.
Okay.
Because I feel like we're so new into this. I mean, I could go on for hours of bodybuilding talk and training talk, and obviously, I think people want to know that. But actually, you know what? This came into my head, and I wanted to ask you a question, because we were talking about getting ready for a show and drying out and looking a certain way prior to a show. What is your or Matt's take on when do you stop PEDs, orals, injections close to a show? And if so, when? Because as I was coming up, I always stopped my injections 10 days out. Growth.
Okay.
So,
correct.
So
What we normally do is we keep orals in the whole time. We don't take them out.
Even the cleanse, like.
We'll remove that.
Okay.
But I'm talking orals, other.
No, I'm saying, like, what if you're saying orals, like, so not you're saying orals, everybody's going to automatically assume Clen, T3, Halo, Proviron, Anavar, like, so, like, which ones are still.
The thing that we will stop is the Clen.
Okay, and which is, I mean, did I name the majority ones that you use?
Yeah,
or?
I mean, the Proviron stays in, the Winnie, T3 will stay in, all those, but Clen will come out. 10 days out, we stop test. 7 days out, we'll stop everything else.
Okay. Everything else being, you talking about like growth?
No, we'll actually stop growth. For me, sometimes 2 weeks out.
And then test. So what was everything else you stopped then?
Test, trend, mass.
Okay. Everything else meaning the other inject. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is his? Does he have a reason behind it? Because I know what the reasoning is behind it from what Mike.
Couple reasons. He doesn't want any information from a shot, and two, I don't. The oils, the injectables do make you hold some type of water.
Yeah.
So he pulls them all out. The orals, stay in. The AI stay in. Then we kind of just go for the dry out process.
And on top of what you said, you don't want to have any information from a shot, or God forbid, which we've seen on stage, motherfucker get a hot shot before a show, and then they got a huge lump, and then you're walking around with old fucking bump in your booty,
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing which you said, which is a very valid point, and I think people don't understand why that happens, is if you don't take the test out, okay, what happens is, and this Charles Glass, I think, is the one who explained it like this to me. Any sort of synthetic of anything you put in your body, right? Whether it's an injection, whether it's an oral, even taking vitamins, right? That's an outside stimulus that you're putting into your body. Anything from the outside that you're putting into your body is going to cause some sort of cortisol response, right? So if you're injecting your body with testosterone, there's some sort of cortisol response with that. And with that cortisol response is going to cause some sort of water retention. How much that is or how little that is, I don't fucking know.
But it matters when stepping on stage.
Yes. And there might be scientific data, right? And it's funny that me and Chris, and I've talked to Cito about this, and Cito actually said, we should take a poll actually in the comments. Seth Feroci and Chris Aceto are the front runners. They're like, we want to come on your fucking, well, I want to be one of the first on your podcast. So who do you guys want to see on the podcast first? Comment below, Team Seth or Team Aceto.
Team Aceto.
And I'm not trying to fucking put anybody against each other. I just want to know what you guys think. Because Aceto is going to be a very different podcast than one with Seth.
What Seth would be for sure.
So let us know what you guys want to see, because we got two. Seth goes, I want to be one of the. Seth said, I want to be the first, and Chris says, I want to be one of the first. So,
Seth's got to be the first, bro.
You like Seth?
I love Seth.
He's the best.
I absolutely love Seth.
I have a video of me oiling him up for one of his pro shows. Yeah, but he was like, so he won. I think, yeah. So I competed my pro day. God bless you. My pro debut was the Connecticut Europa, which I played horrible. I placed fifth. It was awful.
It's not that bad.
It is, because I did stuff that show that I shouldn't have done. It was a complete nightmare.
Okay.
So like I drank, it was judgment calls that just, yeah. And I'm not going to say who my coach was, because it's nor here nor there, because he's a great coach, but sometimes you try things with athletes that just don't work. And that day, those things didn't work with me. And not only did they not work, they fucking they crashed and burned. Yeah. Backfired with the fire coming out and confetti and a little gasoline to make it even brighter, and fucking maybe some hot coals on the ground, throw a little steak on there and eggs. It was that hot. Backfire like that. But Seth won the next. I competed a couple weeks later, and Seth won that show. Seth was a motherfucking freak.
Freak.
When he left the 212, I was like, peace out, bitch. Because I don't want to compete again. Yeah, I'm like, get the fuck out of this class, you big motherfucker. He was, and that was back when it was actually 202. It wasn't 212 back then. That was when I actually kind of felt somewhat big, because back then, Nick, I actually, at one weigh-in, had to go to the bathroom and put on posing trunks, and I almost had to get butt naked because I almost didn't make 202.
Your confidence was
True
through the
story.
roof.
I was like, and they said I was fucking small, bitch. I can't even make the weight class. Dude, speaking of weight classes, did you
202.
see? Did you see the conversation with me and Ian? I know Trujillo posted about it. I just
yeah, bro, you went off.
I don't care about that. I mean, I love Ian. We were just fucking. That's just how we talk and whatever.
Yeah.
But no, my question is this: what is your when Ian was talking about it, he was saying from an old, like, if you want to find the diamond in the rough, #1 best bodybuilder ever fucking found, blah, blah. Okay, fine. I get it. But my point is this, and he still disagreed with me, which is, this is where my point was. If we did that, the IFBB wouldn't exist. And he was like, well, it existed 50 years ago. Yeah, 50 years ago, Arnold was also competing at Olympia with nobody in the fucking stands. Remember that? There was an Olympia.
The prize money wasn't what it was today, neither.
Yeah, but that aside, right? And this is fun for me because he has a very valid fucking point. He's not wrong. But I also think that I have a very valid point, and I also don't think I'm wrong. And I like debates. I like debates like this because I'm an asshole and I like debating and I like thinking that I'm right. And sometimes you think you're right when you're wrong. But I think we're both right. But my point is this: do you think? And Carmine is here as my tech guy. Joe's to my right. You fucking knuckleheads chime in too, because I'm throwing you guys here last minute because I want to know your actual thoughts. Is bodybuilding, because Ian kept comparing, well, then I'll just lower the basketball net, right? Is genetics the same as athleticism? Because my argument is the reason why there's classes is because genetically certain people can't get this. If you can't get this, sometimes you can't get that. Now, do you have your Dereks, your Shawns, your Kamals, your Hotties? Yes. But there's 4 of them in the past how many fucking years that have done that maybe wouldn't have done it in the 212 class. But my point is this: I'm taller than those guys. I competed in open shows. I did okay. I did okay against okay open guys. But I'm not an open guy. And I tried to push certain limits, and certain limits I wouldn't push. But I don't feel that athletics, like being athletic and genetics, are equal. I think they're very different. So and don't agree with me. I just want to know what your thought is.
I think the weight classes are a good idea. For me personally, I just think it allows everyone to have their own shot, their own chance. It's like you said, you have certain individuals that can compete in the open, but how many 212 competitors do we have that can't? Right? So I think weight classes are, I think, very smart to do.
But do you think if, well, like the argument was, well, basketball players for the shorter guys don't have to lower the net. Do you think bodybuilding, not that it's not like as being a sport, but is bodybuilding, like, can you compare that to being athletic, like throwing a football? Like, is it the same thing? Because my point is,
I don't know. You can't. No. You can become athletic, right? But you can't necessarily change your genetic structure.
you can't change the width of your clavicle.
I'm genetically blocky. I can't change that. Can I bring my waist in? Sure, but I'm still blocky at the end of the day.
Even with your smallest waist, even with the smallest your waist can get, you're still gonna have a blocky.
I'll still have that blocky look
because of your genetics.
But you can learn to throw a football and be extremely good at it.
What happens if somebody says, well, you can learn to do vacuums and have it and make your stomach even smaller?
You show me someone that had a blockier waist than me that is doing that, and let me know how it works.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Joe, what do you think? Is genetics and athleticism, not bodybuilding, just athletics, and like being athletic and genetics? Carmine, you too. Are they the same, or do you think they're different?
Pretty different.
As why?
Being athletic.
Can you hear him when he talks?
Mhm.
Good.
Genetics in the bodybuilding sense is different than genetics from like an NBA player.
You gotta keep going.
Come again?
So
So say it again.
So-
Here,
LeBron's genetics
talking to him.
are superior
Talking to this.
as an NBA player, right?
Okay.
But that doesn't, just because he has great genetics doesn't mean he'd be a great bodybuilder.
I was gonna say LeBron James could probably never be a bodybuilder.
Right. So athleticism, genetics for sports like the NBA, for any of those high hand coordination sports, isn't necessarily the same as the genetics and quote unquote athleticism. It's a different athleticism that's necessary for be a successful bodybuilder. That's my thought, at least.
What about you? What do you think?
I think they're different.
Different why?
It's the same thing.
Such a simple answer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. It's just
They're different.
They're different.
Yeah. Armand's like, they're different because Joe said so, and so did Joe.
Maria also said they're different.
She does too. She thinks so.
Yep.
Because, like, perfect example, I played football in college, and I was able to play in college because when I started playing football, right, I got better. But as I got better, even in football, I got genetically, like, I had to stop because of my genetics, because there are not many 5'5.5", 100, and I graduated high school at 165 pounds, NFL fucking football players. There's not. So, but I was able to perform at a level to make me good enough for a longer period of time because I was athletic. Now, bodybuilding, you can put on weight and grow your muscles a certain amount as far as, you know, whether it's depth and whether it's like roundness and fullness. But as far as structurally, clavicles, tie-ins, lats, like whether you have it's genetics. And my point is that unfortunately, unless you have some fucking growth hormone that I never fucking heard of that makes a motherfucker get taller and wider. And if you do, send me some in my P.O. box, please.
The taller part. I don't need to be wider.
Oh, well, good for you, Nick.
I'm as wide as I am tall.
Then I'll take the part of the growth you don't need to be tall, and I'll use it on me for my height. So I'm really excited for the Arnold, man. And I'm gonna say this. The Olympia I was at, but I wasn't able to go because the fucking tickets were impossible to get. Who had tickets set aside that weren't? And the last time I was at a show was in 2021, after I retired, and I walked in and I fucking walked out. They played an ad for Blackstone. It was me on a bodybuilding stage, and I fucking turned around and I left. And I'm not ready. I said, I'm not ready for this. And it's hard.
I understand.
I never like to be at a bodybuilding show. I don't even like to go to amateur shows because I hate being at a bodybuilding show, not competing, because it fucking gives me that itch. Like going to a show is probably, it's like putting a fucking beer in front of an alcoholic and saying, don't drink it. It's very fucking hard, but I'm very excited because I haven't, since Sean passed away, I haven't been to a show where somebody this close to me is competing, and I'm going. So I'm super excited. I think it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be a great show. I'm excited.
It's great. I think you and Samson are gonna do some fucking battle on stage.
We're gonna battle, you know.
And I think
everyone for this show, you know, is training to win, right? I think it's very admirable. But at the end of the day, I will be 2-time Arnold Classic champ.
You heard it here first, bitches. I will say this though. as much as I hate to say it, because I just
You gotta say it, bro.
I like to bust his balls because I just like to. Sean, I love Sean.
Sean's the greatest.
He's so fucking like.
I'm
Just-
excited to see him just shut people up.
He,
Not
he-
me though, but other people.
He's the reason I retired.
Really?
Yeah, he's the reason. Yeah,
What, he beat you?
no. Well, I mean, yes and no. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean,
Of course.
Sean has become one of the best and one of my favorite bodybuilders right now.
He's literally a mini Ronnie Coleman.
And the reason why I retired is because, well, I can get into my last Olympia and how I feel, how it went, and how I was so fucking pissed off of just because of the way certain things happened. And it wasn't any, I can point blame if, or just the way what happened. But when they called him for first, when I competed in 2017, I was going to win my third New York Pro. That's when I had all those burns.
I remember that.
And I was like,
that.
I pulled out of the show. I mean, I don't count that as a real placing for me as a show, or I don't think that that's a reflection of me as a bodybuilder, because I was fucking I was in the ER 2 days before the show, and then the ER that day. But when Sean won the Olympia in 2020 for the first time, I remember before they called his name, he was standing right next to me, and I put my arm around him, and I was like, I fucking told you that you would be here one day. And I said, the next name that you're going to hear, I said, is yours. I said, mark my fucking words. I said, because nobody deserves this more than you. And they called his name, and he walked out. And I was like, if it's not now, it's next year. Because watching somebody who's never beat me before surpass me at the biggest show in the world, I was like, congrats to him. But at my age, I know, looking at him at that point, I was never going to beat him again. And if I can't beat the best guy in the world, and listen, when I was competing against Flex Lewis, did I think I could beat Flex? At times, yes, because I think you have to think that. But I was also at a stage in my career, at an age where I also knew that I still had the time where I could grow and do those things. And at 39 years old with 2 bad shoulders and surgeries and epidurals and stem cells, I knew mentally that my body fit, like mentally right now, I can go to the gym and out train anybody fucking in my head, including you getting ready for the Arnold. That's how psychotic I am. Okay. But physically, I just know, if somebody said, if you go to the gym and train and like give me an ultimate, and like your body will feel like, if you go to the gym and do this every day and train a certain way, you will never have any pain again. I would go to the gym and fucking wreak havoc because I love to. I love walking to the gym and being a maniac, but I can't. And I knew that since I couldn't do that, and the opportunity for improvement was no longer there at 39 years old, that there's nothing left I could do. And watching him walk away and get his hand raised with the first place trophy told me that this was either it or this was going to be it very, very soon thereafter. And Sean's become even closer with me now than we did when we competed. I remember in the New York Pro, when he took third to 1 year, I looked at him and I said, you're going to be winning this show in a couple of years, mark my words. Me and Sean had our differences at times. But he had his event at Signature Fitness after the Olympia. He had like a little meet and greet. I fucking drove my ass an hour and a half there, fucking stopped in, saw him, hung out, Yeah, he is one of the hardest working guys, strong as an ox.
Sure is.
Craziest physiques I've ever seen. God bless him. He's a family man now. Geez, Sean, I feel real bad for you. Winning Olympias for the second time, we having a daughter, living fucking the American dream. You son of a bitch. God bless you, bro. It's fucking amazing. Besides competing, what are you looking forward to about the Arnold, not just competing? Like, what are you looking forward to about this Arnold in general? And what are you looking forward to after the Arnold? Obviously, everybody knows downtime and, but like what, like you're going to this Arnold and what, every show I was getting ready for, there was all other than competing. I also had I was always excited. I'm excited I'm going here because of this, or excited because of this, or excited to prove this, or like what is that thing that's in your head that is driving you in the gym, that you, besides just being on the stage, is it this is kind of I'm winning this 2 times, so nobody fucking ever questions who I am? Is it like what is it? Because I know you, and I know mental game, mentality with you is big, and I know there's a deeper reason than just stepping on an Arnold stage for you.
For sure. I mean, becoming 2-time is a big deal for me, especially at the age of 28. And this is actually the first show that my entire family will be together for the first time in a year. So that's going to be a big deal for me. And just having fun and making memories is the most important. Having Matt, even though me and Sean are battling, I don't look at it that way. I look at it as me and him, obviously battling out on stage, but just having fun, making memories. And of course, having, Maria for this show. We enjoyed the Olympia, but she's never really been to an Arnold. So I think it's, important for her to experience this together. And honestly, after the Arnold, I'm actually looking forward to supporting her for her show now, since she's in prep.
Did she announce what show she's doing?
No, did you announce the show?
Is it is it a big deal, or can I ask her? Can she come over here or no?
Yeah.
Or she doesn't want to be on camera.
What?
He wants to ask you.
Can you come on camera?
You look fine.
Maria, there's not a day you don't look good. Come on, stop it. You guys are nuts.
Calm down.
I was giving her a compliment, you fucking idiot. Fucking
Hi.
Hi.
I'm shooting for July 28th.
Yeah, USA's.
USA's, if not.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
I come and stay with you, go to show.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
You're always welcome.
I was asking. I wasn't demanding. That was a question mark. You just can't hear questions in my voice.
But yeah, hopefully I win my pro card then.
Yeah, she started working with Cameron Cheek.
Okay. Yep. Shout out to Cameron Cheek.
Yeah.
How do you like working with him? Because I don't know how many Mutant in the Mouth fans are girls, but if we're talking about a coach, I don't know how long it's been, but
Well, we just started basically Sunday. I talked to him, and then I had my plans literally Sunday night. And then I started yesterday. So basically he's very into health and stuff like that. So as many people know, I'm not a natural athlete. So he is very keen on getting blood work done before even doing anything, because I haven't done anything at all for since my last show, which is over a year now or so.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I look at you, but yeah, he's very keen on obviously on health, but obviously he brought up the fact that there are some extremes that you need to tap on into when you're going to this world. So yeah, he's very he likes communicating with his athletes, and I think that's really important, and that builds trust, especially nowadays. Working females working with male coaches is something that you need to be careful, because there are so many male coaches out there just that are not very professional. I've had my fair share of situations, so it's all about how you kind of set your grounds and do not let anyone get you into anything just to either get free coaching, or it may sound appealing at first, there's something that needs to be returned, and usually that is a predatory I can't say it, behavior.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're a girl and you're watching this, just consider those things. If you're looking for a coach and you're unsure, the best advice I can give is ask previous athletes how their experience was, because that is the best way that you can find out who they really are. And if some people refrain from saying anything because obviously I previously have signed an NDA, so sometimes you can get legally in trouble. So maybe sometimes I used to say nothing at all, but I would say enough to get the point across. Do not work with that person. I do not recommend them. So you don't have to trash anyone, but you can just be smart and just put the statement out there where it'll be louder than just being so specific about it, right? So
What I tell people, here's a little tip. You know what I tell people to do?
what?
If you want to find out more about a coach and you're skeptical, go to tagged photos and then find an athlete that they no longer work with, and then say, hey, what was there a reason you stopped working with them? Because in my career, and that's a great point that you made, Maria, because in my career I stopped working with a lot of coaches, right? Well, not a lot, but a handful. And every coach that I stopped working with, I have a very good rapport with. So if somebody asks me about why'd you stop working with that coach, I can give a reasonable explanation as to why, and that's not negative, right? So I don't think it's unfair to ask somebody, hey, why'd you stop working with Factory Mover? Why'd you start working with Neil Hill? Why'd you stop working with that? Like I can give, why'd you stop working with Dave Palumbo? I can give valid reasons as to why that, and I could also give people reasons as to why to work with somebody else, right? But it's sad that the sport has these kind of scumbags in it. But the sad part is that it's not that these scumbags exist in the sport, it's these scumbags exist in this world. And unfortunately, they fucking weasel their way in. You can't really fucking stop cancer from, attaching on to certain things. And we live in a world where it finds its way onto fucking everything and everybody at some point. So it's unfortunate that you even have to give a fucking statement like that, but it's needed, and it's needed and it's truthful. But in the same, the voice, it's disgusting that you even have to say it. But I'm glad you did, because it's refreshing that somebody gives actual advice. Because there's also girls that I know that work with coaches, females. Listen. Everybody has their own views whether girls should take things or not, but I think girls can take very little things at very small dosage and have very, very significant I don't want to say not side effects, they can benefits from. But I've seen coaches throw fucking the kitchen sink at females, and I'm like, holy shit. Like I literally said to a girl, literally, like, that's more than I'm taking. And it was like legit more than I was taking at the time.
Well, I took 4 times, I guess, what he was taking. And this is throwing myself under the bus, but you have to be careful, because as someone who didn't use any PEDs before, that coach obviously did 2 shows, but I think you just trust what they say. But always question your coach. You have to trust them, but it's okay to question and ask questions. And this is the thing, like, stand up for yourself and speak up. Because I feel like if you're paying someone for service,
fuck yeah,
it's just like, you have to speak up. Just like when you go to a restaurant, you don't like your meal, call the manager, address the situation. Same thing with a coach. You need to address, even if it's like something that you misunderstood or something that didn't come across the right way, it'll be cleared up, and it's just communication, right? And if you're mad because you ask questions, it's a huge red flag. Leave that person.
And that's great, because on top of that too, and I say this to my clients too, if you ever ask if a coach tells you to do something and you just want an explanation, because sometimes as the athlete, a coach tells you to do something, and for your mental, you want to know why he's having you do it. So maybe if you're a coach, maybe you can utilize that little tidbit of information later. Maybe you just want to know because you want to know for yourself. So like you can explain to somebody as to why you did something. And if you ask a coach, hey, why this, or can you explain why you're having me do it this way? If they can't give you an answer, that's fucking really bad.
Red
Yeah.
flag.
Yeah.
Just like self-education is one thing, and you putting that in your body. So
Yeah.
yourself in someone else's hands, and I think you have the right to ask.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah. So that's
Very good piece of information. Thank you, Maria.
yeah,
That's good.
that was the first guest. Okay. Okay.
True. Actually, well, no, you were the
She was
first
all
guest.
on to be
Yeah,
the first guest.
You were here. She was on the one time. Remember before this?
Yeah.
A little bit before. Yeah, I mean, and you know what too? I think what happens too is a lot of people find a coach, right? And it's happened with me. I've had clients that have literally won a show, and then
They leave.
they're like, I just want to see what else is out there. I just want, and I'm like, I understand. Like, I get, like, I don't, and I never take umbrage to it because it doesn't bother me. But I'm like, give me a reason as an explanation, because if you didn't win or you didn't look good, I get it. But is the reason just you want to look somewhere else because you want to look somewhere else? Because if that's the reason, that's just insanity.
I agree.
You know? But we were going to answer questions, and we fucking, I don't even know when we started. Pull some up. Hang on, I'll just do it. Bot. We're gonna ask. We're gonna answer some what you want to knows. Oh, here we go.
What do you want to know?
So, I hate fucking saying that. Did Nick have any?
Oh God.
I know. Fuck it. You know what? This is done. And this is all serious shit.
Serious business.
Did
Bitch.
Nick have any procedures to fix the veins in his calves?
No. If you want me to be honest, you want me to get into that as much as I possibly can. I have no idea what happened. My mother likes to do her extensive research on everything known to man. So she thinks the vein actually popped inside my leg on its own. And because now when I look at it, and Maria can vouch, it's like the vein's gone. Like
Was it for maybe rubbing?
The nasty veins, everyone like, oh my God, steroids. It's gone. Like they're gone.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So it's, yeah.
Wow.
I literally just woke up one morning. I was like, oh my God. Because it's
You woke up one morning and went from 99% perfect to 100. Oh my God.
Well, because the veins swelled up. There's a part of the set that swelled up and it caused swelling on my leg. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck happened here? I don't even know. But as each day went on, it just started to fade away. And the more I look at it, the nasty veins everyone cared about so much, they're gone. They're just gone.
Rest in peace, Team Nightcrawler.
And bro, the amount of DMs that I got, like, oh my God, congrats on the surgery, bro.
Dude,
like,
that was
I'm like, at the time, I'm like, I'm 6 weeks out from the Arnold. What fucking procedure do you think I'm getting done?
Wasn't that just because your shin was bruised?
Yeah. But the vein was gone.
But what I'm asking is, what did you maybe, because you were doing deads and rubbing the bar in the shin, do you think maybe that had something to do with it?
I'm sure that had a play in it, but at the same time, I'm like, I've done that before. And
yeah, but your shin was black and blue and all red. Did your shins ever look like that prior to?
Yes, I've done that. And they would get like that and then just, go back to normal in a few days. But this is like, it took forever for it to go back to normal, but the veins are like gone.
So you legit did nothing and your veins are fucking gone.
I don't have to pay for surgery.
So my jokes are no longer valid or funny.
Nope. Fuck your jokes.
Okay, well that answers that. And that was Annabelle Dickerson, 24.
Thank you for the question, Dickerson.
How Nick Walker deloads and why?
I don't deload. I just take rest days. Why? I'm like Guy. If I can't train the way I want to train in the gym, I'd rather just take off. What I think, look, I understand the benefit of a deload, but I also think deloads are fucking stupid.
How about this? I never deloaded until I worked with John Meadows. And he had to actually teach me what it was. Cause I was like, John, I don't have a motherfucker.
Now, okay, you've actually done deload. Do you like to deload, or would you rather just take like a week off?
I
Or
actually
not even a week off, maybe like an extra 3 days.
I think deloads are necessary.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe I'm biased because I haven't done it yet.
And this is my explanation why. Did you and you don't take off time the way I used to take off time. Like later, like as my career went on, guys like Jay would say, dude, you got to stop training. Like I would take 6 weeks off at times, right? And I think what deload weeks allow you to do is, remember, did you ever take time off the gym? What's the longest you ever took? Real talk. Don't give me this. I'm fucking
2 weeks.
Walker.
2 weeks.
Okay. Now you're probably young, so this might not have happened to you yet. But have you ever taken time off gym like that and then go back and like you feel like your body is going to fall apart because everything fucking hurts?
No, because I actually felt fresh.
Okay, so it's different. So what happens is I think deload weeks kind of prevent things like that from happening. You're still in the gym, you're still training.
I like to think deload after a show.
Do you want to know what deloads feel like for me? And I might get shit for this. When I was deloading with John, I was like, this kind of seems like how everybody else trains normally.
Yeah. Okay, just give me an example of, like, for example, Smith machine squats, right? What would you do, and then what would be a deload?
If you normally did 3 sets of 10, right, and using, let's say, 405,
Okay.
let's say you did 405, 455, 500. That was your normal squat, 3 rep for 10, right?
Okay. We worked up in weight.
Yeah, we worked up. We let's say we did pyramid sets.
Okay.
Okay. A deload week, let's say you would maybe do 275, 315, and then done. And
For one set?
2 sets, 275, 315, and you're like obviously maybe warm up sets. I don't count, but like you would do like working sets. You're like 275 and 315. So you're not even touching your highest set. You're doing enough to get blood in the muscle, get a pump, but nothing to where you're like fucking struggling. No top sets of failure. No supersetting. Like just kind of moving weight, letting your body know it's still there. And then
one or 2 sets.
I said 2 sets on that one.
So you do 315 for 2 sets.
No, you do 275 and then 315. 275, 315. That's it.
And 10 reps only, not like 12 to 15, 10 reps.
No, because you're not really looking to for failure. They're not like you're literally just going in there and just making sure. It's almost like letting your body know that you're still the muscles.
You're
like,
still working, just not overdoing it.
Exactly. It's almost like instead of a marathon, if you're running 10 miles a day, instead of running 10 miles a day, this week you only run 2 miles a day. It's like, well, what's 2 miles if you're doing 10? Well, it's not 10, but it's just enough to let your moving. Fucking you're still using those muscles, so they're fucking still active. Because what happens is the older you get, you take those weeks off, you don't look the same.
You're going down a little bit.
You're going down a little bit.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see. How serious is Guy about moving away from New Jersey? What are the factors at play? Still looking at houses in Texas. I have some business things that might be happening in Pennsylvania that I can't speak on yet. But do I see myself staying in Jersey for a very long period of time? No. At the end of the day, what I would like is to be in Texas sooner than later. If I could do it the way I want, would be to have a house or maybe like a townhouse or a little apartment in Jersey that I own or rent, and then I have my nice house in Texas, so I can bounce back and forth whenever the fuck I want, even every week if I want. Do this, do that. But how serious is it? Yeah, it's serious. It's when you're 40 years old, you're not married, no kids. It makes moving and taking little opportunities and doing things a lot easier. Is Nick going to shut it down until after the Arnold? I think we all know.
Yes, absolutely.
When's the Mutant and the Mouth Cooking show? The Mouth cooks and the Mutant eats. Easy there, fucking bro. Who was
What
that?
the fuck?
Liam Fleming. Come on, man. I ain't cooking for nobody.
What?
I cook for you. Oh, this is good. Chase Shull.
Chase
Wow.
Show?
Chase Shull. Or Chull. I don't know. It's CH.
What's he got? What's he got?
Last death row meal. Love from Kansas. So if you were on, this is hard for me because if I knew I was dying, if you knew you were dying, Carmine, if you knew you were dying tomorrow, would you fucking even have the appetite to eat anything?
What would be your last meal?
Yeah.
If you're on death row, you got one more meal. What would it be? No, you can't make that face. You
Oh,
have to-
I know. I just.
What would be your favorite meal? Well, not your favorite meal. What would be your last meal?
It's your last shot at like normal.
You don't know?
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack?
Maria, wait.
She said Shake Shack with Five Guy fries. Is
Maria.
Shake too?
No.
No shake. No.
Maria, where are you from?
Ecuador.
There's no like Ecuadorian like fucking delicatessen or like fucking savory big dish that you like. Really? Nothing? Fucking Five Guys? Shake Shack? Really? Like. She's like, Five Guys.
Five Guys fries with a Shake Shack burger.
That's crazy.
Very specific.
Yeah. Wow.
From Chick-fil-A.
Oh, and a diet lemonade from Chick-fil-A. We're hitting all fast.
Oh,
food.
you're making fucking Uber Eats do his fucking work that night.
Whatever I want.
I
Oh
love
my god. What about you? Do you say Cheesecake Factory? I'm taking a
Yeah,
plate.
look, it's gonna what it is, bro.
Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be a bacon burger with a side of sweet potato fries and mac and cheese, Caesar salad, at least 3 loaves of brown bread, and a red velvet cheesecake. I think that's pretty solid.
That is pretty good.
No one's fucking arguing.
I'm not. I can't argue with that. I mean, I'm not that with cheesecake. I could do it.
I love the red velvet. I could do their strawberry shortcake, which is the ice cream.
You like I got that once because of you.
The Adams.
Yeah.
The
So wait, hold
Adams.
on. Let me turn this up. Hold on. What were yours?
I also get Cheesecake Factory.
Would you really?
Well, for the cheesecake itself, the Adams. That's favorite.
That's
stuff.
good. That's chocolate, right?
Yeah, it's chocolate and like
Yeah.
Fucking fat
Butterfingers. Yep.
fucks.
I know them all, bro.
But for the actual food, I'd want a tomahawk.
Okay.
I'd want to get a tomahawk.
That's Carmine. You met Carmine before, right?
Yeah.
Tomahawk?
Tomahawk. Rare.
Really? Rare?
What about sides? What about the sides?
Mac and cheese.
Bag of cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Mac.
Mac and cheese.
Oh,
Lobster mac and cheese is good.
lobster mac and cheese.
Cream spinach. What, you don't like cream spinach?
No, I wonder why you guys are getting veggies on
It's
your last meal.
meal. Cream
It's not
spinach.
fucking healthy.
I and then dessert. The Adams.
The Adams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, you last meal.
Joe would eat anything right now.
Joe would be like, can I get the Xanax fucking cheesecake to fucking cure his anxiety before he gets killed? What are you eating?
Oh fuck, that's tough.
The butcher block.
See? That's
The butcher block.
Like a tomahawk from there.
Or like a big Italian meal. I think I'd have to go Italian. for
Like
the way-
chicken, like what's your
Yeah,
Like Carmine's? You going to Carmine's?
rigatoni with chicken. Yeah, stuffed artichoke. Gotta have a stuffed artichoke.
yeah,
That's good.
legit.
Shit.
I
I want his meal now.
you know what I was thinking when you asked me? I'm like, you know what I would do? My dessert would be a fucking loaded weed brownie. So fucking I'm so high when they fucking inject me or fucking how awesome is that? So I'm all fucking geeked up before the fucking chair and I'm like, what's up, guys? Today's the day, huh? Today's
Fucking do it.
today's the day where I've been fucking shooting steroids for a long time, but today's the day I get my last motherfucking needle, huh? Just come on, give it to me now.
Oh god.
But I would have to go with. I want to say my mom's chicken parm, but thinking of my mom making chicken parm for me the day before I fucking die.
That's torture, bro.
Yeah, I don't think she'd be able to do it. So, I would say chicken parm. I'm an angel hair pasta guy. Like I'm like that. I like the thin pasta.
I like bow tie.
You're a fucking girl. And then let's see. A margarita pizza, a full pizza, brick oven, a Cobb salad or a chopped salad, not this fucking Caesar salad nonsense. Unlimited warm bread, preferably. Outback's got good bread too.
Cheesecake's better.
It is good. The brown. I actually like the white, the sourdough. What is it? Sourdough.
Sourdough.
That one's good too. And for dessert, this is where it's gonna be hard, man. Because I'm a cookie fucking whore. So like one of those Samoa My Cookie Dealer cookies, like in the toaster oven, or I like ice cream cake. With the fucking, the gooey, crunchy middle, the chocolate gooey.
No, the football cake.
But you know what I'm talking about? The middle.
Yes.
They're all the same.
Yeah, but
That's like arguing the Reese's peanut butter is better when it's a heart over the fucking cup.
No, but the football's got more crunchies on it.
What I'm saying is I don't care if it comes, I don't care if the cake's shaped like a cock. I'll eat it at that point. As long as it's got the gooey center. Wait, that sounded
Gooey.
that sounded
Yeah.
the gooey center.
The gooey.
Yeah, so I think I would have like an ice cream cake and some Italian cookies and a My Cookie Dealer cookie to top it off. Yeah.
Sounds like a feast.
That is. So I think that was the last question.
You're gonna shit yourself before they put the needle on you too?
No, I'm gonna hold it in. So when I'm dead, the first thing I do is shit my pants and I gotta clean it up, little fucks.
That's fucked up.
What am I going to take my final dump? And I mean, yeah, that might actually your final.
You might enjoy that, bro.
Yeah, I don't. I think I don't.
Imagine getting your dump and you come back like, all
no,
right, I'm ready.
I don't think my butthole. I don't think my fart shit separator would work. I think I'd be so nervous my butthole would be clenched until I'm dead.
I'm sure I could let it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I gotta go, man. I'm gonna make the best of that shit.
Yeah, but I'd be like, you know what?
For a good 45.
You know what? I think I'd hold it and be like, I'm gonna let these motherfuckers remember me. Like, yo, remember that dude we fucking put to sleep who fucking shit himself afterwards? There was pizza in there and fucking there was mac and cheese balls and My Cookie Dealer chocolate chunks. Oh, you want to do one more? Let me just do one more. Let's see.
We'll do
which is
make it good.
where the oh Jesus Christ, I'm asking that one.
Is it good?
No, it's pretty. Oh my God, it's back to back.
Oh Lord.
Where the fuck is Thor?
I already answered this.
Oh, this is good. Well, this is a good one to end with because this is actually really good. The effect bodybuilding has had on your hobbies.
I never really had a hobby.
Yeah, I actually knew that too. You don't do anything. That's actually
so.
hard.
This was my hobby.
Well, yeah, his hobby is going to Cheesecake Factory once a week.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's really fucked up my hobby.
Oh, this is good. And I know what you're going to say, but you got to think outside the box here because it's actually a good question.
Okay.
What would you guys be doing if fitness wasn't an option for a career? So completely separate from fitness. If fitness wasn't a career choice and bodybuilding wasn't there, what is something, regardless of I know you didn't go to college and yada, 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 but
No, honestly, I always wanted to be a police officer when I was younger, so that's probably what I would end up doing.
Really?
Yep.
Now let me ask you a question, because, and I'm only going to say this because I think there's a huge. I like police. I'm a a blue line guy. I think police fucking matter. I think we need it. A lot of my friends are police, but I also know in 2023 there are restrictions and how hard the cops have their fucking balls or vagina hair if you're a police officer woman. How hard it is for them to actually be cops nowadays. So would you even still say that
now?
Yeah,
probably not. That being said, I really don't know what else I'd be doing.
Let me ask you a question. You might not have quote unquote hobbies, but like, or I could even ask Maria. She like, what do you enjoy? Obviously, listen, you know me. I enjoy going to the gym. What do you actually enjoy? Like, are there things that like you enjoy? Like, like whether it's like hiking or like what fishing? Like, what do you have any things that you would just enjoy that might not be a hobby to you? Excuse me, Maria.
What?
What does he do?
What do you enjoy?
Yeah, like what does he like to do?
No.
Like that I could get a career out of?
Dude, just in general, I'm just asking, what do you like to like
I like to
enjoy?
go to the movies.
You do like the movies.
You like to walk around grocery stores now?
You don't say that out loud.
Oh.
Yes, no, you do, because that's not getting cut out.
You don't say that.
Well, listen, on the tour day Publix, okay, or tour day Publix,
Whole Foods.
the whole tour day Whole Foods. Is there like, listen, I think every single bodybuilder does that.
I do it to some degree. Sometimes I don't even buy nothing. I just walk around.
But do you go to look at like what you're gonna want after a show, or just because you're just bored, or just because like you actually enjoy looking at all the shit there?
Organic shit they have, and it's like, wow, there's so much organic. I never even knew this existed.
So you'll go to a store, walk around, and legit walk out with nothing.
I did. Yeah, I did like last week or 2 weeks ago it was, but
But do you go there with the intent to buy something and then just end up not wanting to buy it?
Not really. I just wanted to look around, and if I found something, cool. If I didn't, it was, it's nice to walk around.
No, you went. It's better than Trader Joe's.
What?
You were debating if Whole Foods is better than.
Oh yeah, I did. I always go back and forth if Whole Foods is better than Trader Joe's.
We'll discuss this
because Trader Joe's has my ultimate almond butter, my friend.
I just got almond butter the other day with Joe. Which one?
Raw almond butter.
What is
you
it?
Want me to show you? You want me to show you?
Raw almond butter?
Yeah.
What is it?
Let me show you. Let me show you this. You can't. First of all, it tastes fantastic.
Let me show you something. I just bought almond butter the other day, but I never saw raw almond butter on the shelf once.
That's because you're fat and don't look right. Yeah.
Hold on.
You can also get it in crunchy form.
It's actually bomb.
I might have to make a little Trader Joe's run tomorrow. Somebody,
bro, it tastes good, and it's. I don't. Do you like the you can like spread it on, not like the scooper type almond butter? Like it just.
This you lost me. What?
You know what I'm talking about?
Like the texture is smooth and.
Yeah, the texture. It's not like you get Jif and you gotta like and spread it on. It like drips.
Oh, because it's like it's separate. Because
more liquidy. Look, can you see? I'm not gonna spill it. Can you see? It's like.
Oh yeah.
It's like more liquefied.
So, I don't think I've ever seen raw nut butter.
Bro, I guarantee if you eat this, you won't want another brand. I guarantee.
Is it better on your stomach?
It's not. No, I digest this the best.
That's what I'm saying. Is it better? That's what I'm saying. It's better on your stomach.
I think so. Yeah.
Because a lot of times, if I have almond butter or like sometimes I get very gassy sometimes from nut
No,
butters.
this works very well for me, man.
Really. So, well, what do you prefer? Because Whole Foods is much bigger than Trader Joe's as far as size wise. Whole Foods is way bigger than Trader Joe's. At least, I don't know. I've been to one in New York Cities and stuff. I know they're bigger, but as far as selection of food, I know Whole Foods has way more.
It does.
But I do find better things, healthy and like, in the snack fucking genre. I think I find more good finds at Trader Joe's.
Yeah. They got the good treats.
So if I like had to flip a coin and land on one, if you said you gotta go and like get the food from one place, I'm probably going to Trader Joe's.
I think I would pick Trader Joe's just because they have the almond butter.
That's the fucking reason. Just that I can name like 10 things.
That's the main reason. That's my main reason.
I like Whole Foods' kale slaw. I always added that to my meals because it added density and like it almost like added like more meat to my meal. I would throw in like a couple handfuls of that.
Well, and plus, I live like 10 minutes from a Trader Joe's, so it's a lot.
No. If they were across the street from each other.
Well, we didn't say this.
Yeah, no, equidistant. They had, yeah.
I would honestly, I'd probably go to Trader Joe's.
Me too. Because I can name the things that I go specifically to Trader Joe's for, and I can name the things that I specifically go to Whole Foods for. And my Trader Joe's list is substantially longer than my Whole Foods list.
Yeah, I think at the overall, I would pick Trader Joe's.
I agree. And overall, pick Mutant in the Mouth because it's fucking a phenomenal podcast. So fucking let us know what you guys think below. Like, comment, subscribe. Me and Nick are getting fucking a lot of good feedback from you guys, but we want to obviously open up for suggestions to you guys. So let us know below what you guys like, what you don't like, what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear, what you want to hear more of. And
that's a tongue twister.
It is, but you are very close to the to the Arnold. And I'm gonna have to keep you on your toes because I know you get a little. I don't want to do the fucking pancakes.
I've been good, man. It's
I know, but I think
normally what the other podcast I'd have been out like 10 weeks ago.
You'd have been out like fucking. You would have dropped fucking. The last time you dropped out like
no. Listen, this year's been just a lot different. Like I feel good. So
yeah, I mean, Joe, we go to the Arnold what day? Tuesday night. Yeah, we get there Tuesday night. You can maybe I'll have to sneak my laptop in and do like a fucking 10-minute fucking podcast from the hotel room.
We'll do a little interview.
You want to do that?
We can try. Yeah. Where are you staying?
At the
Hilton, Hyatt. Yeah,
Hilton,
yeah, one of those.
The host hotel.
Yeah, the host hotel.
Okay, I'm right by. I'm at the hotel. That's like walking distance from the. Where are we staying?
Residence Inn.
Residence Inn.
It's still at the same. Is it a different venue this year?
No, it's the same venue, but I'm
I'm staying at the Hilton and the Hyatt. You know, where the two connect with Skybridge.
I'm walking distance from the powerhouse.
So you could walk to the powerhouse from the fucking Hilton and the Hyatt. So
yeah. Okay. All right. We're good.
I think that's right on Gay Street.
Yeah. That's exactly where it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's not far. Yeah. So we'll definitely we'll get something in no matter what.
We get there. So you get there Tuesday. We get there Sunday. We get there like a whole week early. Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, if I was competing, I would absolutely do the same thing. But here, if you're there, I will talk before that. But obviously, if you need me to bring anything from Jersey, I forgot. Let me know. But in the meantime, I know it's only 6:55 there. You still got some of your night ahead of you. You got things you guys want to do. So listen, Maria, thank you for coming on and talking tonight. I appreciate you spilling letting people know what the fuck is up. Nick, as always, I love you, buddy.
Love you.
Another great episode for our podcast and having a blast doing it. So until next time, and listen, maybe we'll give you guys some little snippets of things as the week goes on. Maybe we'll jump on. Maybe I'll jump on and do some rants here and there. So, but like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you guys think. This is episode Number 6, myself, Nick Walker, mutant in the mouth. We out, motherfuckers.